Hey everybody, the Las Vegas Stadium Authority has released what is the most dramatic evidence yet of the impact of the pandemic on the Raiders deal, the deal that brought the Oakland Raiders to Las Vegas to construct what is now called Allegiant Stadium. There are several items on the upcoming September 17th agenda for the Las Vegas Stadium Authority meeting that call for an adjustment in the Stadco lease. Stadco represents the, and together, each one of these agenda items calls for a collective increase in the lease terms from 30 years to 31 years. They're adding an additional year. Now, you would say, why is that? It's to have an additional year to be able to collect bond issue money, so that by extending the lease, you can then adjust the bond issue from 30 years to 31 years so that you have an extra year of revenue collection to help recover from this year of revenue collection, which is quite obviously in the tank. Now you would say, well, Zinni, what do you mean? Okay, for those of you who don't understand how the bond issue works, it works like this. Basically, without going into extreme detail, over a 30-year period, starting in 2017, an additional tax on hotel rooms in a specified area encompassing Las Vegas and Clark County, for the most part, a stadium tax of 88/100% on the dollar, okay, was applied, and that goes to the Las Vegas Stadium Authority through Clark County through a special fund. It actually goes right directly into the general fund, to a fund that pays off a bond issue that in total is valued at $745 million. Now you would say, wait a minute, Zenny, the total subsidy was $750 million. Yes, but the remainder of that was pre-collected in what's called pay-go, part of which was used by the Raiders already as a construction contribution. Okay, the rest, moving forward, is a monthly estimate annual collection of tax monies to pay off bond debt. Now, what you're supposed to have is the bond debt for that year times 1.5, which is the debt coverage ratio. Because of the pandemic, even though in reality, the bond issue wasn't collecting that at all, it was actually underperforming, but the pandemic made all that a lot worse, by a lot, okay? So now they have to adjust the release terms, which basically say, hey, look, you're going to be here for 31 years, and during that time, because you're going to be here for 31 years, we can now turn around and restructure the bond issue. That's the next step. This is the first step. Then they're going to have to restructure the bond issue so that it avoids a default situation such that the Clark County General Fund would have to pay it. And that's what's going on in the future. My prediction, this is not the only time these lease terms are going to be adjusted. I'll bet you they're going to have to do it next year alone. And I'm not saying that to be cute or celebratory. Don't even take that attitude. This is a matter of the depth of severity of the damage to Las Vegas, Clark County, and the United States and the world's economy because of the pandemic. More on this, subscribe to Zinni62 on YouTube, bookmark oaklandnewsnow.com. See you.